Good evening, everybody. Thank you for joining us. My name is Faraday Hosseinipour. I have been in the industry of network marketing the last 3 years. Before that, I was on kind of like a hiatus of sorts, doing traditional business, and many of you have probably experienced the same thing as me, which was struggling in this industry, trying to get ahead, experiencing a lot of failure, and spending a lot of money. Well, that changed entirely for me a few years ago. And about 15 months ago, I came across an opportunity that we're going to talk to you a little bit about tonight that literally changed my life, transformed me from ordinary marketer into what some would consider extraordinary in terms of income. I never thought it would be possible. So if you are struggling now, please pay attention, because the opportunity we're talking to you about has created 6 millionaires on my team. We've got 5 people over 500,000 in the first year, and another 100 people over 6 figures in the first year. So if you've been in this industry, you know those numbers are extraordinary. They don't happen often, if ever. As a matter of fact, I've never heard of it happening before. That can only happen when you have something totally hot, sexy, unique, and very different that is set apart from everything else out in the marketplace with no competition. That's my opinion, because I know what happened before and I know what happened after, and I like what happened after, the path that it's taken me and my teammates on. Now we're going to spend the majority of this evening talking about one of the 6 major product lines that we have just released. Not because it is better than the others, but it is one that deserves entire hangout of attention, because it is that exciting. And when it's something that is as exciting as this is, everybody listening is going to see the big picture of why you will have the same opportunity to become a millionaire in 2015. I'm not making promises, but I am saying this is the type of industry that can drive it. And you know what I'm talking about tonight? I'm talking about fantasy sports. 35 million Americans play, and it's projected that by next year, this time, 42 million Americans will play. According to a Forbes article, this is a $70 billion industry worldwide. There is a giant in the industry called FanDuel. Many of you have heard of this company. They were not even recognized 3 years ago. Nobody had heard of them. I didn't even know what fantasy sports was until just recently, much less to find out that FanDuel literally pays out $10 million a week in cash prizes. They have over 100,000 games being played a day. Not a week, not a month, but a day. So imagine, if you would, that I can show you an opportunity where you could get paid on every single game played. What if I can show you a platform just as hot, just as exciting, even more exciting, because people like me, with no background in fantasy sports and never watched 5 minutes of football in my life up until about a month ago, are winning big cash prizes. Imagine having a product where you can offer a chance to people like me, never played fantasy sports, where we are actually winning every single week. I've won cash prizes, and so has the panel that I'm going to introduce you tonight. I am over $3,000 in cash prizes just from winning on the fantasy football platform alone, much less the fact that I earn on every single game played. Now, there are many things that set our platform apart from FanDuel, from DraftKings. Yes, they're more well recognized, but you are not going to win on FanDuel. It is highly unlikely. There are tens of thousands of people playing these games. They have a lot of background in fantasy sports, and most of the time you are going to come up with a big zero. That is not the case with our platform. We have better odds. We have an incredible odds, and you're going to understand why. We've got no draft limitations. We have got no salary cap. You can pick the teams. You can pick the hottest players that's going to give you the best chance of winning. And everybody I have turned on to this platform not only has put money in my pocket, but it's put money in theirs. So before I go any further, I've got some panelists like myself that are winning every single week. And I'm going to start out with another lady, a gorgeous lady that is winning every single week. She started out with the free game, and she won on the $25 $5,000 guaranteed game this week. Congratulations, Wendy Grimm.
Thanks, Faraday. Yeah, I absolutely love this fantasy sports platform. I am not a sports person of any sort, but yeah, I got started back when we had baseball was still going, played the free games, won the free games. I love it, playing free games, getting that money, that cash. It's awesome. You can't beat that. And then tried my hand at football, was a little bit slow getting into the big cash game, the $5,000 payout, because I'm not a big gambler. But so far, since I've been doing it, I'm 2-0, and I'm winning money, and that's awesome. It's also great. They've got daily basketball games. That's new. I've been playing those and haven't won yet, but gotten pretty close to the top, so I'm excited for that too. And I love how simple the entire platform is. Not having a salary cap, new games daily for basketball, weekly for football. It's awesome. And having the smaller competitive pool gives someone like me a chance. On FanDuel, on all these other platforms, I wouldn't have a chance. I'm not a sports person. I don't sit there and analyze numbers and all this. I do maybe 5 minutes of research before I submit my roster, and that's it. And I'm doing all right. And I'm actually in there hanging out with the others and have a chance. And I love that, and I'm so excited for these games. Like I said, I'm not a sports person at all, but it's like now I know the names of the quarterbacks. I know I'm even starting to learn the centers and stuff for basketball, and I'm excited to go and be like, oh, how did this guy do this week, and how'd that one do? And it's fun, and it's fun to be involved, and it's great. I can't recommend it enough. Go win. Yay.
Thank you, Wendy. That is so exciting. I love seeing your name on the winner's board every week. And I want to take you to another beautiful blonde. She's got a little secret weapon that helps her with her picks. She's a single mom of 5, and this business has allowed her to stay home and work within her busy schedule to be with her 5 kids. Patricia Platt.
Thank you, Faraday. Can you hear me okay?
I do.
You know, I think maybe my very favorite thing about this is the simplicity of it all. Because, you know, a friend recommended another fantasy sports league, and I thought, you know, it's free. I'll go ahead and try it out. And I tried it, and there was like a salary cap, which I didn't even know what that meant. But you only had a certain amount you could spend on your players, and I don't know who the players are, so I ended up picking people I didn't know. I didn't know if they were good, bad, whatever, and I'm not real skilled in knowledge about the game, so I was like having a really rough time. It was a really frustrating situation, and I ended up not winning anything anyway. So I was like, you know what, ours is so easy that even I can do it, and I don't know anything about football. I mean, the only thing I know is who looks good in what uniform. So it's super fun, it's super easy, and it's just a great experience, because now when I'm at the gym and I'm on the elliptical, I'm watching the clips from the games and going, who is that? How did they do? And it's exciting and it's fun, and I have my Dom here to help me do my picks every week, and that is so exciting for me because, win or lose, it's fun that he picked them for me because, he's my Dom. So who do you think I should pick this week for a quarterback?
Peyton Manning.
You think I should pick Peyton Manning again? Are you sure?
Yes.
And do you like the fantasy football? What's your favorite sport?
Basketball.
Are you excited that we have fantasy basketball?
Yes.
All right. We're going to definitely be getting into that because Dominic loves basketball.
All right. Thank you, Patricia. Thank you, Dom. Hopefully you can help me with my basketball picks. And the next gentleman that I'd like to bring out is literally a rocket scientist. Now, I love how he says you don't have to be a rocket scientist to win at fantasy sports. He has won the 2,500. I mean, I think he's up about $4,000. Now, let me tell you, his background is not in sports. He is a defense engineer, has worked on major projects with NASA, with the Defense Department, but until recently, Fantasy Football King was not on the list. But now it is. Glenn, thanks for joining us.
Well, thank you, Faraday. You can hear me okay?
I do.
Well, Faraday's right. Until this platform came along, I had heard about fantasy football from colleagues, but never really got into it. And what they say is true. This platform is really simple. It's very easy to play, no salary cap, no major draft. You can make your picks weekly. This current week, or week 13, I had with my team 5 in the top 50. So we've once again captured 10% of the top winnings, not by dollar amount, but by placement. And the number one winner is a downline business owner of mine, actually personally sponsored by Michelle Piñalosa. So we have had 3 of the top $2,500 winners. I was hoping that our friend up in Canada would get on, Boris. He had sent me a message a couple of weeks ago asking how to play fantasy football. So we finally connected. I gave him some hints, and I was glad to see that he was in the money this week as well. So personally, I think I'm over $3,000, counting the customer account that I won on. And team-wise, I think we're heading close to $9,000. So we're really excited about fantasy basketball coming in. The challenge I see is being able to stay up with a daily game, and these daily games you get a free game daily. So you don't have a week to study the players and make your picks. You have a day to do it. So that's going to be very interesting as the basketball season runs through March or April 15th, I believe. So it's quite a long season. Plenty of time to make some major winnings there. So as Faraday said, you don't have to be a rocket scientist or know one to win money in this, but anybody can do it. And here is the, you can't quite see if you can see that. Last week, if you had perfect picks, it would have been 202 points. I didn't add it up for this week. So the top winner had 178 points. So there's still plenty of room for improvement. Back to you, Faraday.
Thank you, Glenn. And that is really exciting. It's going to be so fun to play basketball with you guys and run and learn and grow in this sport. The next gentleman I'd like to bring on board just came in as a distributor. Although I've seen him and interacted with him for over a year now. He's done some incredible things online. He's in the deaf community. We call him the Deaf Cowboy. He's made a name for himself blogging. And we're talking about the fantasy sports in particular tonight. David, can you tell us what got you so excited about this opportunity and where you see this company going? Oh, you have to unmute yourself. Hold on. No. You have to unmute. There you go.
There we go. Okay. Sorry about that. What gets me very excited about this opportunity is two very distinct things. One is we have a platform that's available for people who want to join a business and make money off of people that do play fantasy sports and use our other products and services. Two, for people who don't even want to do the business side, they can still go and play fantasy sports without having to worry about all that stuff. And it's like Faraday was saying earlier when you were talking about these other fantasy sports platforms. You know, I've had personal experience with one of those platforms that you talked about. I played for a year, scored high, never won a penny at it. It was just throwing money away. With this, you're not throwing money away. If you make the score and it says that that's the amount that people are winning, and it's awesome that there's women playing and winning. I mean, how often do you see women play fantasy sports and win? I mean, that's almost unheard of on any other platform. I mean, you go to DraftKings, how many women do you see winning over there? It's like a good old boys club. Okay, we've changed the game. That's what this is different. That's what makes this exciting. It gives you something more value, and that's community.
Thank you, David, and I know we're expecting fantastic things with you in the year ahead. And the last person I'd like to go to, he started slow with the fantasy football, but now he's got it on the leaderboard every single week, and he's also made a couple $1 million with this opportunity, Mr. Dave Manning.
Thanks so much, Faraday. You know, it's unbelievable. You know, the truth be known, the first couple of weeks of fantasy sports, we were so new to it. We didn't even know that we won in the week's games. So that was the real truth. We didn't know that the time frame shut off, and we were always betting on the next week's game. It took us 2 weeks, but we finally got into the money. But, you know, it's really kind of fun because if you do some homework on fantasy sports, I'm just going to give you a couple things that you can really grasp your head on. There's nothing faster in the internet, period, the end, than fantasy sports. Nothing's growing faster, and it's because everything else has been primed for that. It's in 3 years, the growth that has gone on in fantasy sports is off the charts. Do your own homework on it, and then figure it out. Here's what I know. I know it pays to be first. That's what we did here. We ran with something we believed in, saw, and ran, and didn't have any doubt. And boy, has it paid off. Fantasy sports here is unbelievable. I ran on the competition's boards. I actually did a screenshot. They wouldn't let me play the same exact ticket that I won $250 on. Here, I couldn't play on that thing. They cut me out. They wouldn't even let me put it in. So it just goes to show you timing's everything, positioning's everything. Fantasy sports is red hot. Basketball's coming in on a daily basis. Guys just get a chance to score on what's happening. And, you know, and what I love the best, and this is something I love the best of everything. You know, networking is in my blood, but a lot of people, it's not. But here's what I do know. Sports is, in America and around the world, and no matter where you go, I want you to think about this. When you think about this tonight, you will not leave your head. Wherever you go, what's on the TV screens, wherever you're at, go out to eat or any of the other places, and it's so easy to strike up a conversation that's non-confrontational about getting paid to play. Period, the end. Free game, and they pay you $20. Wendy said it best. You know, Wendy won her first $20 before I could even figure out how to get in the game. So pay attention and understand that it's free to play on the free game. I wouldn't do that. I'd jump in because it's good. But everybody's different choice. But that right there, my friends, is the best golden nugget that can ever be given. Look, enjoy everybody. Thanks so much. Board's awesome. You guys are all champs. Appreciate you. And back to you, Faraday.
Thank you, Dave, and thank you, panel. You guys said it best. And now, you know, what is the rest? The rest is don't miss this opportunity. Timing couldn't be better. Don't be like I've been, sat back in the past and watched opportunity pass me by. You know, don't let that happen. You will never be better positioned to be in front of a trend with exponential, huge, humongous growth and in something that is just so fun, so easy, and so contagious. So get in the game. Please go for week 13 coming up. Go to www.G1eFantasySports.com. Get a promo code from a rep, a G1e rep, somebody on the panel, or whoever referred you to this video, and get in on the game. There's a $25 guaranteed $5,000 cash prize game every single week. That's what most of us are playing. There's a free game too, but there's a lot of money in that $25 game. Try it out and get with the person that introduced you to this video to get started in a business where you literally earn when others play. And when there's 100,000 people a day playing, you'll be getting paid on every single game. So get back to the person, or if you see a link that says get started, just click on that link, get started, and you can be with us on the very next Hangout. And I promise this, we will be there to help you, to train you, to support you, and set you in the right direction to have incredible success with this business. Thank you for joining us, and we'll see you on the very next Hangout. Good night, everybody.